So as you guys know, Owlcat is one of my favorite dev companies. They made my game of the year last year, Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, and in an incredibly cool premiere earlier this year, they announced that they are working on the 40K, the Warhammer 40K CRPG, which is called Rogue Trader. Now, Owlcat has been pretty awesome about providing super cool things with their collector's editions. And today, I would like to show you, with their blessing, the collector's edition statue that will be coming with Rogue Trader. So, we're going to show you two versions, and here is the first one. This is Cassia. Cassia is Cassia or Celio. This is one of the player companions and a member of the Rogue Trader retinue. She belongs to the Great House Orcelio, which has been active in Koronos Expanse for several centuries. In the Warhammer 40K universe, void ships cover enormous distances in the real world by jumping through the warp, a dimension fraught with peril, which is pretty awesome. She's not entirely human, nor is she an ordinary subject of the Imperium. I do want to say real quick before we continue that some of the information in this is stuff you will, it's not spoilers, but this is information about a character. So please keep that in mind before we continue. If you're one of those people that's like, I want nothing, well, obviously you may want to stop here and come back in like 5 minutes. So, okay. She's not entirely human, nor is she an ordinary subject of the Imperium. She is a Navigator, which is a noble mutant hailing from the privileged stratum of the aristocracy. She and others like her enjoy a special status in the Imperium owing to the extraordinary value of every Navigator as a living key to warp travel, which is frankly kind of badass. And I'm very much looking to explore this as we do it. The gift that sets navigators apart from the rest of humanity is a special gene that allows them to steer a ship through the warp without a navigator to peer into its horrors. With their third eye, a ship would either be lost or come back with its entire crew stricken by madness, which is, of course, awesome. Cassia wears a piece of jewelry over her third eye most of the time, since opening it would be dangerous. Outside a ship's navigation chamber, anyone who met her gaze would, most likely go insane or die. Same thing that happens when I open my third eye in front of people. I think that's pretty standard. When Cassia does use her third eye, it is to scry the warp, relying on the light and the Emperor himself to chart paths between star systems. Navigators' mutations progress with age. The older they get, the less they resemble ordinary humans. Cassia has her share of mutations too, including longer limbs, clawed fingers, red eyes, and other prominent features. However, at her young age, Cassia still retains a largely human appearance. And yes, for the record, I did not memorize all this. Owlcat was nice enough to provide some notes on this, which I really appreciate. Cassia's origins and her appearance are not the only intriguing things about her. Since her early childhood, the world has looked quite different to her than it would to us, which is reflected noticeably in her personality and her behavior. Confined to her own house for her entire life thus far, Cassia's joining of the player's retinue is her first venture into the world. Her warp scrying abilities and her ample knowledge of the world acquired through book learning, impressive as they are, could not have prepared her for what she is about to face. Yes, for those just joining us, this is Rogue Trader stuff. This is the brand new game coming out in the 40K universe by Pathfinder later this year. And the player can also influence the conclusions she draws on the path she chooses as she ventures out into the real world as well. The player can choose either to help Cassia or to leave her to make her difficult decisions on her own. They can become her friend or perhaps even more than a friend. So, if you're into Navigator mutants, Owlcat's got you covered. The ways in which she'll be influenced by the complex world of Warhammer as well as by the player's own actions will be interesting to see for sure. Now, something also kind of cool is that this statue is actually going to offer multiple different kind of like effects. So there will also be this, which is something that will be removable. I do want to also mention that these may change a little bit before they come out. So these are kind of like the pre-renders, but pretty freaking awesome. And also on top of that, we got some really cool stills that show like a little bit of the actual like inside part here. Get a little bit closer. But yeah, very, very cool looking statue. I will definitely, obviously, be picking this up for my collector stuff. And yeah, Huge thank you to Owlcat. Another very high quality piece of work from them. And I know I speak for many of us when I say we cannot wait to play Rogue Trader in the future. Thank you, Owlcat. Appreciate you guys. And hope you guys enjoyed this little look at the new statue that will be coming with the collector's edition of Rogue Trader. Awesome.